Hello and welcome to another episode of Citadel Guard Adventures. This is Beriathan of the Citadel Guard of Gondor, and we're back in North Ithilien. We're doing some herbalism quests with Mílgamel. So we have explored already most of the places she wanted us to go. We only need to go now back to Cair-Andros. That's what we're gonna do first of all. After that, we will still have some more extra tasks to do with Mílgamel as we make our way back to the camp of the host and eventually the Wastes. So I think I already mentioned this on the last episode, but these herbalism quests, more specifically the quest line with Mílgamel, that one starts at Minas Tirith and will eventually take you to North Ithilien and the Wastes. So there are a couple locations in which it's very hard to tell when North Ithilien ends and the Wastes begins, but I think so far we've been doing good. So for the time being, I just wanna move to Cair-Andros. I have decided to fight some more of these beasts. They might drop some task items that will be really useful to have, or at least one round of tasks before we reach the Wastes. So I would do everything I can to make sure we can get some extra items. Don't know how many, but I mean, I have a lot of items in here, but not all of them are useful for the tasks of this area. So that's why I try to focus on these guys in here. I'm not sure, for example, if the Slick Winds will work for the tasks. I don't remember if they are part of it, but I figure we can defeat a couple more hawks just in case as we make our way to Cair-Andros. For the time being, let us avoid the orcs and Easterlings if there are some. I don't think we need that daily, so completed Beast and Spiders layer of North Ithilien. Okay, I wasn't expecting that, but that's good. So a rune and some LOTRO points and reputation, which is okay. And now we have the advanced tier with 200 of these guys. So the usual stuff, basically. Yeah, we're almost there. Maybe this hawk will drop something else. No, what a shame. I wonder, maybe the wood flies will drop it? We're already too far north where we needed to go. Breaking Field and Prismatic Carapace. I'm not sure if I have any use for any of that. What happens if we try to grab that one? Okay, here we are. Let us move a little bit further to the west so that we can talk to Mílgamel about these place. Is she still with us? Yeah, that's great. Look, that's precisely what I was trying not to do. Okay. I should say this is near enough. I will apologize to Master Galathir and Lady Iorith if I must, but such a place is far too dangerous for me. Okay, now we need to go to Henedhanun. Once again, we're gonna be skipping that one quest. So it would be just easier if we master there. And of course, Mílgamel will not trigger inside a cave, but this still faster. And here we have Thurindol. I was also starting to wonder about that, because Thurindol will also offer you some herbalism quests that are a little bit easier to do, as far as I remember, because most of those quests are focused on a particular area, so it's a little bit faster. But once again, not sure if we will be doing those herbalism quests for the time being. I think if we focus on just Mílgamel and her quest line, we should be okay. You have arrived at Henedhanun, and the cool glow of the cavern seems even more inviting than usual. Not in all my days have I seen such gorgeous lands, Beriathan. I have heard much of Ithilien, but the tales all fall short in conveying its true beauty. I am proud to report that I have identified many of the herbs Master Galathir seeks, but I could not help take note of the many strange plants I had never before set eyes upon. Some stirred memories of drawings I had seen in my musty tomes within the old archives, and I cannot help but wonder what power some of these might possess. But I can see Master Galathir frowning down at these foolish thoughts of mine. I hope the rangers do not mind my brief company here in their cave. I don't mean to disparage their choice of refuge, but it is a cave. Yet, I can't deny there is a homely warmth to it. Perhaps I'll take a few notes about Henedhanun for my own keeping. The rangers brought back a mangled animal corpse from the wilds. I was struck with an arrow. It was struck with an arrow of orcish design. The peculiar thing is not the arrow, but the state of the animal's body. The corpse is sickened and in a rapid state of decay. The rangers said the ground surrounding the animal was devoid of flora. This is all very concerning. Perhaps it wasn't wise to pass Caer Andros by after all. The forces from Mordor at Caer Andros must be coating their arrows with something most vile. Something not seen upon the Pelennor battlefield, or else I would recognize it, and therefore perhaps concocted here in North Ithilien. It is not why Master Galathir sent me or an inquiry he would approve of, but I must know what this substance is. I shall not accompany you to Caer Andros, as my lack of skill in combat would only slow you down and endanger myself. But I beseech you, go and gather what you can of this poison so we may study it. Yeah, Mílgamel, Mílgamel quests will have us go to Caer Andros a lot. So that's where we need to go once again. Back to Caer Andros. As you see here, that quest we have completed for Mílgamel has given us one more for the count of herbalism quests. So I hope by the time we get back to the camp of the host and Mílgamel, I mean, when we finish this episode, we will have enough quests to finish the wrapper as well. And in the meantime, all task items that you can give me, I would appreciate very much. Like, for example, yeah, I think we have enough of this. So let us try and make our way to Cair now. Will we need to fight some of those Easterlings and orcs? And do they count for the daily if you fight them inside Cair? I think they do not. I might be wrong on that one. If they count for the daily, I might as well take it, because there's no way we can run around Cair without pulling a lot of enemies for a fight. But if they don't count for the daily, then I guess I will skip it for today. I think we have already done that quest a couple times over, and it has been useful, of course. We are still missing more than halfway for Kindred with the Host of the West. And after that, you still gotta get respected, so I don't know if we have enough quests left to max this faction out. God, I hope so. I mean, the Host of the West shouldn't be the faction giving you trouble. As I told you before, there are 3 other factions in the Wastes that are way more annoying to farm. So I hope the game at least throws us a bone and let us finish with the Host of the West. Let us max out the Host of the West. That would be really nice if it did. So here we are back in Cair. Gonna be fighting some of these guys again. Just in case they count for the quest, I'm gonna take it. Doesn't count, as you can see. That's what I thought. Now, I'm not sure about this. I think you need to pick these vials of poison from the corpses of the enemies. That would explain why we found so many orcs with rings on their corpses when we first came in here. Or maybe they're not. Oh, but no, wait. That did count. Ah, I get it. So you need to defeat orcs and Easterlings. And I was checking a Haradrim. So that's why I didn't see it counting for the quest. Oh, come on. Uruks don't count either, it seems. So if we focus only on the orc scouts around this area, we might be able to complete both quests. So let us try and do that. I mean, they're dropping. And it seems now we can, yeah, check their bodies. I knew it. So, we have defeated a couple of these scouts already. I think there was another one here, yeah. Uruks and orcs. Ah, okay, the Uruks will drop the refined poison the orcs will drop the viscous poison. And the orcs will also give us credit for the Grip of Mordor quest. So if we can focus on fighting orcs, that'll be great. Here's another one. And I think there was... Yeah. There we go. Let us try top of the wall here. Okay. That's a very weird place to attack from. Oh, come on. Yeah, that should teach you. Mordor Raider. Will that one drop the... Yeah, the poison. The other poison. That's where we need to go. Let us try and catch him before he runs away. Okay. Captain also works. Awesome. You know, it was not part of the original plan, but if we can get the remaining 5 mobs that we are missing for the Grip of Mordor daily, then we should do it. It's really not that hard. Now that we have reached this point, it would feel very odd not to finish the quest. There's gotta be Toto looking for this orc that you will eventually... Yeah, just 2 more to go. And they have already respawned. That's great. Okay, quest completed. We're gonna finish this. Master back in Henethanun. Yeah, that's what we need to do. Don't worry, Carly, we're already back. First of all, the Forge Master.
I greet you, friend.
Thank you. Okay, endurance or evade rating. Let us go with endurance. And light damage. Okay. Now here is the workbench to analyze this poison, of course. The Grey Goo is as acidic and watered down. This Grey Goo is similar but contains bits of what appear to be a lichen in it. Interesting. Any tax boards in here? I don't see any, but before I forget, we're gonna grab this one from Mavlun. Beriathan, the time has come to begin our efforts to reclaim Torngroth. Through your initial scouting and a bit of our own, we have discovered that a company of orcs have seized the refuge and laid claim to many of the supplies that were left behind when we were forced to abandon it. Yeah, I've fought all those orcs already. We cannot let this stand. Even if the orcs were to return after we rout them, those supplies are of great import to our efforts in Ithilien and the Wastes. Travel to Torngroth and defeat all the orcs you encounter. Once their forces are broken, claim as many supplies as you can and return to me. Go swiftly, my friend, but be careful. Yeah, I'm always careful, don't you worry. Now, speak with Mílgamel. Just outside the cave. I mean, she's right, you know, this is a cave. It's a lovely cave. But it's still a cave. So I understand why it's not her cup of tea, precisely. It grows on you, let me tell you. With a waterfall sound and everything, it does grow on you. A moss, you say? That is no lichen of which I ever heard. And so my wonderment grows, and I find myself drawn to stray from the confining curse Master Galathir has set for me. Yet if I do all he asks, then why study I make beyond it is no concern of his, do you not agree? She meets your eye with a new bull knits in hers. Let us suppose for a moment that this great lichen is most deadly and is the main ingredient used in making the poison. Indeed, I recall that I have read of poisonous mosses before. It would not be a stretch. And if we suppose as well that the lichen grows native somewhere within this lands east of the Anduin, there is hope we may learn more about it. It is unlikely to be a simple matter, but there may be a way to discover more about this lichen. Once I recall Master Galathir spoke of a great tome, a supposed great collection of knowledge about the plants and such like of Middle-earth, called Worts and Weeds. When I showed interest, he forbade me from leafing through it, for he said it contained such spurious anecdotes of specimens not seen in his age. And besides, it was a damaged copy, far from complete. I have come to doubt much of my master's wisdom, but never mind that. This Words and Weeds was penned by a man of Gondor named Golgolas, who dwelt within Ithilien before it fell under the shadow, and it is said it was widely read and copied by the herbalist of that day. Do you think... Would you visit the ruins and places of North Ithilien and discover if any pages of that book still remain? Torngroth, Cairandros, or Osgiliath, for example. Who can say? Perhaps good old Ioreth would share the pages Galathir would not. Meanwhile, I have asked the rangers to provide me passage to the edge of the Wastes. Although they took much convincing, they have agreed. If I am to gain a better understanding of this lichen, I shall need to be closer to the lands of the enemy, no matter how hostile they may be. They plan to take me to an army encampment, one with which they claim you are familiar. When you've gathered as much as you can of Worts and Weeds, find me far to the north. So, what do we have here? Cairandros, Osgiliath, Torngroth, Ioreth. Okay, we can go from west to east. Let us go back to Minas Tirith yet again. Let's see if Ioreth will share some of those pages. We'll investigate Osgiliath too. I mean, I don't know if we need to visit all the places Mílgamel mentioned, or if we can skip one or two of those. It can go either way. Nope, sorry, wrong turn. There's actually this one. You have come all this way just to see Galathr's transcription of Worts and Weeds? That's enough walking for you, Beriathan. Now wait here a moment. Yoreth walks over to a nearby bookshelf and rummages through a few heavy tomes. She finally pulls out something that more closely resembles a sheaf of crumbling pages than a book, and then walks back over to you. Why, you could hardly call this a volume. Why does he keep this thing about? I wonder if he thinks so poorly of it. Here, you take it. Perhaps he will end up being of more help without it. Do not worry, Beriathan. If he asks for it, I shall tell him that you and Mílgamel had need of it for your task. Oh, and tell the king I wish his campaign well when you see him next. Oh yeah, it seems we need to visit every single location. So the next one on our list is Osgiliath. It's quite a bit of running around. Just the houses of healing, it seems. Androth, Orengroth. Okay. We'll see. Where are the houses of healing once again? Okay, what do we have here? While scouting the halls of healing in Osgiliath, you have found a decaying volume of Worts and Weeds. Judging by the crumbling remains of its covers, it seems likely that this could have been the original version written by Golgolas of Ithilien. The pages are largely in poor condition, and those that are still legible have sustained some water damage from the ruined cistern nearby. You carefully pick up the volume, mark the legible pages, and stow it away. Collected 6 slightly saggy pages of Worts and Weeds. And is that all? Seems that's all of it. Orengroth and Kyrandros. Will we have enough enough pages on those 2 places alone? Because from what I can tell, this quest will not require you to explore the wastes yet. So I don't know. How do we go about this? Let us grab the Stable Master to Penethanen.
Gondor needs your aid.
Is it here? Let us ride. And dismount as well. Now let's look for the way down once again. God, how many trips have we taken to Kyrandros or Mílgamel? This is the 3rd one, right? Alright, well, we can see at least the island in the distance. Let's also grab some extra mats in here. Some extra coin or crafting XP, you know. Always useful. And of course, I'll need to take a trip to the vault really soon. But there is a vault in the Wastes, so I'm not worrying too much about that one. I think we can finish today's episode with no problems, and then I'll take care of that myself. I just hope that these tomes in Caer Andros are not that complex to find. We'll still need to fight our way around them though, so I at least hope they're easy to locate, easy to spot, as I really don't want to spend too much time fighting the foes in here once again. So, third one, the charm. How are you doing, guys? Again. Hope that you don't mind. It seems at least that some of those locations are marked on the map. I appreciate that. We can also skip the guys in here. There is a tome in here. What do we have here? Amid the dark fields of Caer Andros, you have found a small pile of books. Most of them have various tears and tatters, and a few have been burned. You sift through the pile of books and come across what seems to be a few synced pages bound to the spine and back cover of Worts and Weeds. The rest of the volume is missing, but you're able to collect 5 legible pages. Well, that's a win. In my book. Partially intended. Let us continue looking for more pages of the book. I would assume there's another tome inside here in Kirgalar. Makes a lot of sense to me. It's not marked on the map, but it doesn't cost anything to double check. Nope. Was not in here. Oh, jeez. Ridiculous. But you know what? This gives me the chance to explore an area of Kyrandros that I didn't explore last time I wasn't here. Collected a slightly smudged page of Words and Weeds. Okay, so these guys. I already have all the pages in here that I needed. Nonetheless, as I was saying, there is an area of the fortress that we only explored during the instance, but not on the regular landscape. And I think there are some goodies to be found on that place that we didn't explore. So we'll just make our way up back to the pro. Yeah, thank you. Okay. I have a feeling that there was a treasure cache here. Just a feeling. But it seems very weird to me that we only get to explore this place during the instance we're taking the city. But that we were not sent here to explore it. There's no treasure cache in here, it seems. But even then, let's take a look at the view from here. I think it was very well worth the effort just to take this look at it. Totally worth it. Didn't take much time either, so what do we need to do now? We're still missing some pages. So we're gonna go back to the camp of the host. Thorngrod is closer from there. And that way we can advance Mílgamel's quest and Mablung's as well. This should be really close, really fast. Because we also have one last quest for the epic book 7 that's technically still a part of the North Ithilien quest pack, so I want to take care of all these and wrap North Ithilien proper on this episode. So the next one we can start doing the Wastes. So I hope we can find everything we need in here. Why is the ground shaking? Is there somebody else fighting these guys? Oh, we got already 2 pages, 3 pages. This is indeed gonna be a really short one. Okay. Yeah, that was it for the pages. But not for the daily here, though. Still need... Collected a surprisingly intact page of Worts and Weeds. That's surprising, yeah. Perfect. So, I think we can then go back now to Mílgamel at the camp of the host. That should be as far as we can advance on this quest without entering the wastes. We're gonna talk to Mílgamel, then we're gonna talk to Aragorn, finish the epic, and call it a day. Yeah, it really was not that far. Took us about 4 minutes, actually, doing all that. Great. Now, where is Mílgamel? Oh. It's quite inside. Very deep into the camp. Around this area, if I read the map correctly. Or maybe I didn't. Ah, there she is! No, you have found Mílgamel and should tell her the pages you found. I am glad you have come, Beriathan. Even with so many here, there is a feeling of loneliness in the air. This meant staring into the face of death, not that of a triumphant victory. I speak true, do I not? I can see it in your eyes. Something other than victory drives this advance, a purpose born of valor and kinship. I will not ask you of it, and I shall not tell the people of Minas Tirith of what I have learned here. Despair is a mighty force, and it can consume far more than hope alone. I have thought enough on that matter. Let us speak of more hopeful things. I see that you have brought many pages to me, but what is that under your arm? Mílgamel takes a crumbling volume of Worts and Weeds from you. This could be the original volume by Golgolas. It is ruined but for a few pages, but such a find you have made. Let me look at this for a time and you should bind the other pages together into one. I'm certain you have the complete volume between them all. You have bound a full volume of Words and Weeds by Golgolas of Ithilien. I cannot thank you enough for your help with this, Beriathan. Master Galathir hoped merely to survive Ithilien, to serve Ithilien and gather some known herbs. But now I am on this journey, I feel my sight reaches far beyond his ken. What we can learn from this finished volume? Why, for one, about this poisonous lichen and how it might heal the northern wastes from their long blight. Even with a looming battle ahead, we must take the time to tend to these lands. If they fail us, any other victory may ring hollow. Should these brave men return from this battle, they must return to a beautiful Gondor brimming with new life, in place of all that was lost. I shall need much time to study Golgolas' work, but I believe we can bring forth new life in these blasted lands. Awesome, so yeah, take a look at that. When we completed this one, we also completed the 4th quest for the herbalists, and that allowed us to complete the wrapper as well. What did we get for that? What? Let me double check this really quick. Okay. So what we got was this, a pouch of Ithilien essence fragments, which gave us 2 essence fragments Nothing else, it seems. Now, this one will take us into the west as indeed. So we're gonna leave Mílgamel there for the time being. We're gonna let her complete her study of Worts and Weeds. And let us actually go back to Aragorn. So, just a quick recap. Aragorn wants us to go ahead and scout the road. We're going with Mincham and Faeron. And we received some herbs from Langlas to aid us in our foray into enemy territory.
Thank you for assisting Dwyn here and his men.
With Tyrandros under our control and the bridge to the Morgul Vale destroyed, I am no longer worried about an attack from behind. We must remain ever focused as we thread further north into lands choked and wilting by a noose of waste where nothing grows. This will be a test of all our spirits, I am certain of this.
I trust you, Faeron and Mincham, as I would trust no others.
Thank you for undertaking this mission, Beriathan. Dagorlat is an inhospitable land, and it will be difficult to remain unseen. But I trust you, Faeron and Mincham, as I will trust no others. Speak to me when you are ready to depart.
Remember, do not get too close to the Black Gate.
Travel with care, my friend, and remember, do not get too close to the Black Gate. Yeah, not on my own.
I will not lead the host of the West into Dagorlad without knowing what awaits us. I have sent trustworthy friends to scout before us on the battle plain.
Oh, this has unlocked a deed of the Wistas for us, this gathering of evil. Now that we have come here to Doomboha, which is really close to Narchost, one of the Towers of the Teeth. We have picked our way across the tumbled stones and parched dust of Dagorlad, but all we have found is an inhospitable land. None live here, for what man could? The orcs keep watch on this place, for it lies on the border of their master's fell country. Faeron has gone ahead to see what lies beyond the ridge. When he returns, we will turn back and tell Aragorn what we have seen. A dead land, watched by his enemies, through which we must pass nonetheless. The fields of Fornost are so far away now, but this place brings them back to mind. Yeah, they are even worse. Told you that before. And there we have Faeron. Ah, Faeron returns. Mincham, Beriathan, we don't have much time. What is it, Faeron? From the top of the ridge I could see a good distance, and I marked the movement of many orcs crawling hither and yon across the plain. But near at hand, a great tower rises from the rocks and spies their approach. I know the place from Aragorn's map. It is Narchost, one of the Towers of the Teeth. As I watched, a door in the tower opened, and a great patrol of orcs marched out on some mission. They made for Mordor, but if we hurry, we might be able to enter the tower before their return. We might learn something of value for Aragorn, but we must seize this chance while we have it. Once the orcs return, the opportunity will be lost. Hurry! Quickly, this way, before the orc patrol returns. Faeron, wait! This cannot possibly be a good idea. Alright, so that seemed to be the orc patrol. Hometown girl, this is not as bad as it seems, I hope. Ah, we entered. Okay, so what did I like about that cinematic? Well, it was very epic, atmospheric. The music, of course, which we hadn't heard, I think, since the second hall in Moria. And it was really fitting in Moria. It's even better in here. Now that we got a glimpse of the Black Gate of Mordor, we got to see the Towers of the Teeth. And you can see there the Gondorian architecture corrupted by the designs of the enemy. So it was great. It was a great view, actually. Terrifying, maybe. Evil, of course, but still a great view. I would not have been able to forgive myself if we let this chance pass untaken, Beriathan. But now that we are inside, my resolve wavers. Let us learn what we can and then depart. If there are any secrets to be found that will be of value to Aragorn, they will be on the upper levels of the tower. We must make our way upwards, but do not be seen by any of the guards that still lurk within. It is important that our passage remains unnoticed. Mincham and I will follow in the shadows. You must find a way to reach the upper levels of the tower without being seen. Do not approach the guards or we will all be imperiled. If only there was a way to draw the guards out of our path without being seen. Well, I do have a way. Thanks to Langlands. Where do you think they'll bring that Kundlar captain? Ayerson, Willie? I don't know. I don't care. Better him than one of us, I say. You're right about that. Better him than us. Okay, so we're gonna burn. The herbs burn with a terrible smell. What is that smell? Do you smell that? They will, of course, go take a look into it. And now we can sneak past them. I'm starving. What are they cooking on here? Smells delicious. Okay. I should have imagined. This is another bonfire. Is someone there? Something that smells delicious. What is that? I'm not gonna tell you what to eat or not. Just glad that this idea is working. Is this a joke? Did you do this, Shrucker? It better not be that damn silent one. He sets my skin a crawl. The silent one, I think we'll get more explanation on who some of these guys are when we get to Mordor. But Ayerson, Willie, the silent one, all those names do ring a bell. An acrid stench fills the air, offending your senses. But not the orcs. Oh jeez, I almost fell. Whew. Maybe not the best place for a screenshot, but I really like the ambience here. The rangers move quickly, eager to be done with this evil place. Do you hear that? Voices ahead. Hold, friends, and keep silent. Who do we have here? Can we take a look? Kogath, the render, and Polak, an orc, it seems. I hear foul mutterings ahead, Beriathan, and know them for what they must be. The vile black speech used by the creatures of Mordor. It is a language I have learned to understand, though the study pained my ears and my heart both. Let us move closer and I will try to translate the words for you on Faeron. Remain still out of sight. We must not be noticed, or I fear we will not leave this tower alive.
Moldangu Barsangsur?
What will be done with Ayers and the Willy?
Mokosatam Fikars.
His title was poorly chosen.
Narzun Fluk Uglat Shach Vukal.
He was not willing enough to outwit the upstart king.
Clarus Hassagum Booth
I heard him begging for another chance.
Nambrusubat Histos Udun U.
He will not have it. I have sent him to Udun.
Nagas Prakthubat Tarkushtar.
Will any others seek to ambush the army of Gondor?
Talmubisk Arzan Agnastgash.
I could do much better than Iorsen or Natchgash.
Nar Gothburs Nargat Oshtar Osgur Uku.
No, Master wants the army of Gondor to continue its march.
Molza!
What? How can this be?
Grompomisob Rundlav Shout.
Those are my orders, and that means they are yours now.
Shakvugach Ukubat Dor Asu.
The upstart king is to be allowed to come to the gate.
Gothburs Kim Baklatta.
The master has plans for him. Sounds below you in the tower signal the return of the orcs. Mincham, Beriathan, we need to leave. Yeah, we will be leaving. Cannot... Yeah, there's an invisible wall there. Clever. That way we don't get discovered whether we intend that or not. Wanted to get a better view of those stairs, but okay. This should be it now. Mincham's study of that foul language has borne fruit, Beriathan, and we have learned what we can. The armies of Mordor have orders to allow Aragorn to come to the gate. What terrible fate does the enemy have in mind for the host of the West? I hope Aragorn finds this knowledge useful, but now we need to escape from this place and return to his camp. We can no longer stay here. We have to get out of here.
I am glad you have returned in safety. What can you report of the Slag Hills?
I am glad to see you have returned in safety, Beriathan, and so too have Faeron and Mincham. What can you report of the Slag Hills? Aragorn's eyes widen in disbelief when you tell him that you seized upon a chance opportunity to enter Narchost, but he nods with grim satisfaction when you report what you heard within. So this gambit has proven itself, Beriathan. Sauron believes I have the ring, and all of his attention is focused upon the host of the West. He has fallen for the trap. Now everything depends upon Frodo. Let us see these cloaks. If we are going by cosmetics alone, I would take the light one. But if we focus on stats, it offers some extra vitality and critical rating, and maybe with an essence of physical mastery, that could be. Yeah, I think an essence of physical mastery would be enough to make this cloak as good as the shield. I will need to test that, so I'm gonna take that one.
The hope of victory lies with Frodo, but we still have a part to play.
Alright, and that was it for book 7 of the epics. So we're gonna leave it at here. We've done everything we could in North Ithilien, and now we're ready to enter the Wastes, but that will come on the next episode. This has been all on today's episode of Citadel Guard Adventures, so once again, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I hope to see you on the next one. Until then, my friends, stay safe, take care, good luck to you all, and I will see you later.